Starts with a brick, ends up with the whole cosmos. Starts with a spark, ends up with a flame. It starts with a little something, a vibe that you want to inhabit. By the end, you got a consistent etymology for every single name.
Open the world book, turn the page. Come join us in setting the stage. Open the world book, turn the page. Come and join us in setting the stage.
Setting the Stage is a show where host Isaac Shaker interviews game masters about their worlds, about the worlds they play in. He interviewed me about Foxglove, and that episode will likely drop this summer, but I'd recommend going to check out his show now. A great episode to give a listen to is episode 52, where Isaac interviews Eric and Caleb from the Delta Green podcast Black Flare, friends of RPG Majors.
We rejoin our performing Poirots as Rory shares his secret quest, ostensibly as they continue to seek Eric, a missing machinist.
We rejoin the detective standing outside of Steel Crazy after all these years, a metalworking shop run by Eric Buchanan, a man who has disappeared.
Sorry, I just walked over here, so maybe I misheard.
No, I have to, collect the head of Mara, I'm sorry, of your mother.
So specific.
Maybe that's a good thing. I mean, no, it's a bad thing, Mara. All of this is a really bad thing. I'm just saying specificity of language means loopholes.
Unless you can find a way to make her grow a second head for me to then cut off and present as the prize. I don't know what other loophole there is.
She upset the gods that much?
One in particular, though I do not know who. I sort of get my missives from someone else.
Missives as in messages?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm using the language they use.
No, I'm just trying to put pieces together. Like a, feathered foot messenger?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You're really calm about this, Mara. I'm freaking out, but you seem... Why are you so calm?
Any other emotion isn't as productive, and nothing I can do about it in this moment until I get more information, which we don't have. So, what's storming off gonna do?
I mean, I just stormed off, but yeah, I don't know if it helped. So fair. I reach out my hand to hold.
I think Mara will, squeeze it for a second, but kind of let it go, and I think she just is a little bit distant, not angry at anybody, but just a little bit, closed off and not her outgoing self. So should we go inside?
Yeah, we can go inside.
Because these two things aren't necessarily connected, right?
No.
Cool. I think she'll just walk in and leave them standing out there.
Rory has his head down as he leans against the truck and then lets Mara go all the way inside before following.
As you walk inside of this shop, there's lots of different tools that are all in use all over the place, right? You see some drill presses, you see some things that look like printing presses, and you see a box of sort of folded metal parts at the business end of it. Folded metal parts have been spat out of this machine. You see lots of tools that you're not sure what they would do precisely, but you also see a group of 4 men moving around from one station to another, working these tools. They seem very clear on what they do, and they seem very competent. One of them, a fairly plain-looking white man, short brown hair, walks over to you. You recognize him from the bowling picture. In fact, you recognize all these guys from the bowling alley, bowling league picture. You recognize this as Richard, or Ricky. He walks over to you all, and he says, "Hey, y'all looking to get some work done?"
We didn't. This is... Normally we would have talked about this on the ride here, huh? I turned to my friends.
We need to see Eric's computer.
Yeah, or his files, his desk.
And then I think
sorry,
Mara will kind of... snap out of it a bit. Hi, sorry. We're with Thorn Investigation Agency. I think one of us had talked to you about Eric Buchanan, and he's missing at the moment. That's why we're here.
Thorn in... I mean, Rory talked with this guy before.
Yeah.
And Rory didn't mention that. I don't think he mentioned that Eric was missing at all.
I'm sorry, Thorn Invest...
Yes.
And you want to see... Do you have a warrant, or...
Well, we're not police.
You just want to see his records?
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't been here for a bit, unless we're mistaken, but we're trying to figure out where he went. If we can find out what he wrote when he was here, if we know where he might have been going, then maybe we know where he is.
Huh. Okay.
I apologize. The reason the authorities or the police haven't been contacted is, we're here more out of a precaution.
Ricky, can you just go grab the order files for the floorboards? That's really what we care about. The reclaimed wood.
How do you know my name?
I talked to you on the phone.
He found the wrench.
Rory!
Yeah.
Oh! Okay.
Famous Rory from the story.
From all the stories. Yeah, okay. So,
Rory's in the stories.
I'm a concerned party.
They're
okay.
all friends.
Yeah. Sorry,
We're working with him. I apologize.
This makes way more sense. Thank you.
Yes.
Maybe lead with that? I don't know.
We had a collective emotional crisis right before walking in here. We hope that you can give us some grace for that. But now we're ready for business.
I guess I can show you to his office. Maybe that's the same as Grace. And
Yeah.
he leads you towards the back corner where a couple of walls with no ceiling. The ceiling of this space is probably 15 feet high. The walls go up to about 8 or 10 feet. So there's just an inferred privacy, though it's just sheets of plexiglass, basically, that have been stood up and kind of framed together. Everything's in there. And he just opens the door and points y'all in. There's inside of this office space, if you want to call it that, there is a desk. There's a filing cabinet. It's a little bit messy, right? There's some things scattered around the desk, but you don't have any trouble identifying, okay, this is work stuff. This is home project stuff. Like, he has enough of a filing system going that you're able to pull things together. What sorts of things are you looking for in this office?
Wood order, dust.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any of the specific dust that you're asking about.
Yeah, I assume there's other dust of the predictable sort.
There is loads of other dust. As this is a metal shop that they're constantly grinding, cutting. Looking through the records that he has kept, you find an order and a check double, like the carbon copy of a check that he wrote to...
An important name.
I mean, a name that was at least sort of a goof that I hope I wrote down.
Oh, he's laughing at the name.
Because I didn't write it down. I remember,
Okay.
liking it and not writing it down.
Surely reclaim.
Surely reclaim. That's really good. That's really good, Noah. Oh my gosh.
You find a check carbon copy made out to Shirley Reclaim.
Okay. Is this an individual SHIR or is it SURELY?
SURELY.
Okay.
Shirley Reclaimed.
As in a company?
Yeah, and looking through the rest of that file, you see a catalog for Shirley Reclaimed where it says our materials die hard. They advertise a number of reclaimed wood and building products. I think Oliver is having a fun time over there with that one.
Yeah, I had a mouthful of tea.
With the different McLean. No, that's John Reclaim.
You are in the industrial district. This has an address that is also in the industrial district.
In the catalog, is there any flavor text about the origin of the wood or like the provenance that matches the order? Like, do we know which kind of wood he got and in what terms they're advertising it?
Sure. So their catalog looks to be, fairly cheaply printed, but it is a color sort of circular that they can send out en masse. The one that he has advertises the planks that were used to build a barn in Squim, Washington, a real place.
Yeah. The only real city is Squim.
We have Chicago and St. Louis also. I don't know.
I forgot.
Maybe it's Squirm.
Yeah. A barn from Squirm, Washington.
That's terrible.
That was going to be torn down, and they reclaimed all of the wood for. They had planed it and tongue and grooved it so that it could be used as sort of slide-in flooring.
There's a picture of this?
There's a picture of the barn and there's a picture of the wood. You can tell it is old growth because it has a much tighter growth pattern. The rings are much closer together on old growth wood than on new growth wood. Young trees grow thick, chunky rings.
Is there anything remarkable about the barn or the wood that we could clock from this?
Perception type.
Any like barn quilt hanging above the door that actually has a secret symbol embedded in it, or I don't know.
Yeah, why don't you give me a knowledge fairy stuff?
Oh.
Hey.
And put this against 3? What's against 3?
My knowledge is so bad. That's wrong.
That's so many advantages.
Yeah, it's a wash with a bunch of advantages because I have a bonus success from my talent, but a whole bunch of advantages. It's the Aubrey classic.
The Aubrey classic.
I fail upward.
The thing that you notice in the photo of it is that there are a number of non-native to the state of Washington trees that are planted near the barn. Some East Coast chestnut, Japanese maple. There's a pair of redwoods that you would guess are not super old. And they are able to apparently all grow in the climate of Squirm, Washington.
Does it seem like there were a bunch of old growth trees there that got cut down and these new trees from a different biome got added back in?
You know that's true of a lot of Washington state, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Though, was that true recently? Like, you don't see...
There's
like
not
you
a
often
stump
do
or
in...
something.
Yeah, you don't see the stump with
Now the
the
stump's
notch
here.
cut out of it.
Stump's where I am.
So true.
So true.
But you don't notice any particular fairy symbology.
Okay.
But you do have an address for Surely Reclaimed.
Yes.
Well, then that might be where we should go to find the order? Or are we still looking for that? Or what do we think?
It feels like we should, because if we don't, I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Yeah, let's head to the Surely Reclaimed.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I should let you guys do that. Maybe take a minute.
Yeah?
Yeah, that might be good. I
Okay.
think we're in the industrial district. Yeah, I think Mara could find a payphone and call the line that she knows would have someone bring a car to come pick her up. I think that is what she wants to do. If that's gonna throw off
No.
too much, okay, I think she would like to do that. She's not gonna do anything drastic, but she's not gonna tell them where she's going.
Yeah.
Can I say something to you before you head off? Hey, Mara, if you need to take some time, you can and you should. Just something I've been turning over in my head in case there's something there. Rory said he's done this a lot of times, right? And one time we convinced him not to, and that he turned against it and that went badly for everyone. But also, that was the first try, right? And every other time, nothing against Rory, who we just met and we love dearly, but every other time he's died, right? Or he's gone back. It hasn't worked. He's never completed this quest. He can't complete this quest alone. So that means if you don't want him to, it doesn't happen, right? Like, it's not inevitable. And it also doesn't mean it's all bad in one way or all bad in another way. There's probably something that we haven't figured out yet that we're going to. But if we don't do anything, then he tries again, and he resets it again, and you're okay, and your mom's okay. I don't know if that helps you breathe at all.
I think I'm just really confused, and I think I just need to.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think after that conversation, she's changed her mind and is going to go to the lighthouse instead, or maybe just to the water.
Sure.
With where we're at on the map here, I think that did sink in a bit. The fact that this has failed means Rory has died, which means...
Or he said it's when he resets or dies.
Yeah,
so it's not,
resets or dies. So,
but that he hasn't, succeeded at this ever.
Yeah.
As far as we understand.
And I think there's a part of that recognizes possibilities of what that has meant and what her mother maybe has done. And so instead of going to Cliffside back to Vertere Manor, I think she's going to just... If she can walk down to the coast and to the kind of rocky beach area there and find somewhere to kind of sit for a second.
Yeah.
And let them do this next part?
Yeah, it's maybe a 10-ish minute walk over.
Good.
In this part of the city, it's cranes that are there to unload container ships. And so you can walk out along the docks and you can probably find a little patch of rocks, but there's maybe a tiny little pocket park that's maintained. But almost the entire waterfront here is industrialized. I think let's follow Aubrey and Rory first as they head over to Surely Reclaimed, because as you reach this place, this is another similar industrial building. This one is substantially larger than Steel Crazy after all these years. This occupies the entirety of a city block on each side and has massive ductwork running up the side, up onto the roof of this sprawling brick building. It looks like it was built 80, 100 years ago, in the time that Foxglove was a early logging town. This is a historical building. It was and has been for its entire lifetime a sawmill and wood processing plant. From outside of this building, you can hear the rhythmic sounds of machinery inside. And you can hear the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh as a large fan is keeping air circulating through this massive, massive ductwork, like ductwork that you could drive a VW bus into. As you open the front door, you hear the sound of a flute being played inside to the rhythm of the machinery. And you see a dozen men and women dancing among the machines. Perched high up on a catwalk, you see a small woman with bright white hair who is swaying back and forth, seated on the metal grating of this catwalk, playing her flute. And so now let's get a song, the thrust of which is you have to dance.
Reverse Footloose.
They say all the best things come in threes. 3 steps forward, 3 steps backward, if you please. The 3 best things in this life don't come free. They come easy, though. It's to dance, and to dance. 3 things that you gotta know as you step forward, left and right, and then you go. The 3 things that you must remember are to dance, and to dance, and to dance. When you don't dance, your life might be filled with regret. So don't stop and don't stop and don't stop quite just yet. There's the 3 things you shouldn't forget. It's to dance, and to dance. There are things that you've left in the past, so let go and don't keep them too fast. If you're going to go, then you must dance and dance and dance. Hey! 1, 2, 3, hey! 1, 2, 3, hey! 1, 2, 3, hey! Oh, to dance and to dance and to dance and to dance and to dance.
as the flute continues.
Yes.
I'm going to need Aubrey and Rory to each make me discipline checks.
Ooh.
As this song washes over you and you feel your feet itching to move in time with them. This discipline check is going to go against 2 purple and 1 red.
Ooh. Rory, you're going to get a blue die for this from a talent I have.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
How thoughtful.
Yay.
Huh?
Jolly good. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some successes and then I think no advantages or threats. They all
All right,
cancel.
well, Rory's able to keep his wits about him. How about Aubrey?
Nice. No dancing today.
This is the dad from Footloose. Yeah,
And
it's not giving in.
It's from High School Musical 2.
It is a wash with 3 advantages.
Oh.
It's
gotta
not a
snap your
failure,
fingers.
but it's not a yeah. It's a wash with a bunch of advantages. That's the Stump special.
Stump special.
So a wash is a failure.
Is a failure? Okay,
yeah.
great.
Some good things are coming your way, but as you throw this door open and look up and see this woman perched up on the catwalk playing the flute, what memory of dancing does Aubrey fall back into that stirs her feet so much?
It is a memory within a memory, because I think the first memory is of the Autumnlands, how they would have these big balls and gatherings, and they would always at a certain point turn to music. And to see like clearly a fey creature here, I think it's something reassuring and comforting in a time when there's a lot of tumult and a lot of responsibilities that seem outside of her reach. And so to hear something that feels familiar in that way and reminds her of a time when she had both power and like leisure to just like dance with people, and when that was expected of her and that was her responsibility as queen, it's like, oh, here's something I can do. Here's like a way I can help or be part of something in a way that I know is constructive, because I know what I'm supposed to do here. As she starts dancing, I think that also gives way to a memory of the first time when, after she was crowned Queen of the Autumnlands, she was expected to lead people in a dance. She had never been asked to dance at any of the middle school dances. And so Aubrey didn't know how. And so the memory that she pulled on that became like this cultural dance of the Autumnlands for all the winks that she was there was remembering her mom dancing. Her mom was always an artist and loved music, and even though she didn't ever do it professionally, it was the part of her that she like shared with Aubrey that was just theirs. And so I think she remembers not dancing with her mom, but watching her mom dance and trying to remember it.
Do you have any ideas of what you'd like your advantages to be as you spin off into this dance?
I think that while there's a part of her that understands that Fae playing music is dangerous, like whether there's something to be learned about the why of the place, like what is the Fae that's playing want? Is it chaos? Is it for these people to fall down dancing? Even if it is a sort of question of like, hey, what do you need me to do? Like, what is needed here? What is wanted here? Because she can recognize the Fae creature.
Yes.
So if I come here as a friend, what do they want?
So as Aubrey picks up her feet and kicks her heels together and I imagine begins leading the people who are already here in a new dance step, she is able to look up at the flautist up in the catwalk and see on her face weariness, a sense of determination that she must keep playing no matter what.
Okay. So if she's trapping people, it is only because she too feels trapped.
Yes.
Okay.
You see a similar weariness. The people who had been dancing when you arrived seem happy that someone has set a new dance because it's something new, it's anything new.
Yeah.
They've been at this so long and they have the darkest circles under their eyes. These people need to sleep.
I think I dance by Rory and I say, everyone here seems really bummed, but I'm going to cheer them up. I've got it. I've got the thing.
Sounds good.
Have you considered joining in? Do you know if you like dancing?
I think I'm okay right now, but
Okay. It might cheer you up. I spin away. I spin away.
And as people go past Rory, there's Eric dancing past Rory.
Okay.
Yeah. Eric and I like lock eyes as he's spinning around, and it's a look of like, haha, you're in a mess, and not the fear, but it's a little bit like, you screwed up, this is funny, but Rory's also in the middle of his own emotional turmoil, so
Yeah, and you know exactly how threatening this is.
yeah. So I think he, at a leisurely pace, meanders his way up to where the flautist is sitting. But he's going to let her keep playing to let Aubrey dance for a second. Galilea, I know you gotten yourself in a bit of a pickle here. I'm here to help you get out of it. My name's Rory. I'm friends with Eric down there. And I know this whole situation is, frustration being taken into, action in your own hands and all of that. But we're human, and we have to sleep. We have to rest. And there's a level of forgiveness that can happen when you cause someone pain, but things can spiral out of control fast. So I'll say this, I got your back here. But after this song, I need you to put the flute down so we can resolve this safely, peacefully, and make sure you don't get caught up in any more mess.
I'm going to need a social check. That felt like leadership. If there's another social skill you think it could also have been.
Yeah, I'll take leadership with it.
Yeah. So this is going to be leadership versus discipline. And her discipline is represented by 1 purple, 1 red.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
You do have 4 story points on your side,
And guitar picks
yeah.
if
and
you'd
as well as
like.
guitar picks.
Oh, yeah. So what bonuses do I get from guitar picks?
So each one will upgrade a green die to a yellow die. And if you only have yellow die, it'll add a green die.
You know what? For this, I'm going to spend all 3
Yeah.
Cool.
to upgrade my green and then gain 1 additional.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I would say your approach being so well targeted to this situation is also going to grant you an advantage, so a blue die.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
A triumph.
Hey, a triumph!
A triumph.
A triumph! And 1 advantage.
Nice. That's a good roll.
Awesome.
The song ends in a crescendo of speed and motion, and all the dancers below center around a pillar that is supporting the center of the roof. And as she stops playing, all of them but Aubrey collapse onto the floor, and something spectacular happens. It's a triumph. You can think of it like a crit, but it can be in whatever dimension of the scene you want it to be.
I think everybody collapses and quickly are asleep. Like they are just so exhausted that in their collapse, they are all passed out and are near impossible to wake at this moment. Mm-hmm. You know, like truly, like exhausted, will not be up for hours level of asleep. Mm-hmm. And Rory will pat the flautist on the back. It's okay. It's okay. Eric's okay.
Aubrey, you look up and see Rory up there, and as he pats this woman on the shoulder, a fine sprinkle of dust cascades down from her, catches a sunbeam that is shining in through one of the windows, and falls on the ground near your feet, coating it in a light dusting of sparkly green and yellow.
I think first, not knowing what Rory knows, run to check if people are okay. Just checking for pulses, for injuries. And as I see this sort of cascade of dust, say, I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah, next step is make them think they possibly partied a little too hard. I don't want to give her away. Nodding up to the individual in the rafters.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kelly.
Aubrey.
And you can see that she looks haggard near the end of her energy as well. And she just kind of slumps a little bit, leaning against Rory, who had sat down next to her. He's okay? Eric's all right?
I just checked him. He's going to be out for a while, but seems like it.
Good. I'm glad. And the others?
They'll be fine. And we'll make sure they don't quite remember what happened, or they'll think their thoughts are crazy if they do.
No, don't do that. That's hard on people. So what's going on here? You clearly both know.
Well, a portion of the work done here in this place is what brought Eric here. It's honoring trees, but this city is too hungry. Humans are too hungry. And they were coming for my tree.
Did they get it?
I stopped them, but this was the only way I could think to keep them here without killing them. There seemed a certain justice in that, but I know it wouldn't stop them. Stop you, stop all of you from coming further into the forest and taking and taking.
Forest's pretty good at taking. I mean, my office is mostly tree right now.
Good for you,
Oh, I was hoping it would be good for you. I think it's incredible.
but it's not my tree.
It's not the same. Okay, what do you need?
My tree. It is me, I'm it. It's... Does she know about dryads? She looks over at Rory.
Yeah, more or less.
I don't know if she knows the specifics.
Probably not, based on the way you're talking about it.
I am a tree. The tree is me, and I can take some actions. I can remember my sisters dancing with Pan and call some of that forward. But if my tree goes, so do I. And they came with saws and trucks, and I made them dance. And Eric showed up, and he was so... well, he honored the trees. Wanted to make the most of them that had already been cut down. Wanted to live with them. And, well, no one had looked at me like that ever before.
Growing on a hill, watching the forest spread, waiting for someone to come by and notice. Growing on a hill, watching the sky, and then you get noticed by a hero walking by. I didn't know what it could be until he saw me. I didn't know what it could be until he saw me. My life was rich, like deep loamy soil. I tended the forest around. I worked and I toiled. Then he saw me here, playing my flute. I knew that everything would change. The whole past was moot. Didn't know what it could be till he saw me. I didn't know what it could be till he saw me.
What a gift, what a joy for a boy to love a tree and a tree to love a boy. What a gift to love the world for a man to love a tree, and that tree could be a girl. Oh, didn't know. But there's something there that can grow. Didn't know what you know.
Didn't know what it could be till he saw me.
Till he saw me.
Didn't know what it could be till he saw me. And these others tried to saw me in half, but then I played my flute and I got the next laugh. I laughed long and hard as they danced around the room, but I didn't realize I had sealed my own doom. Didn't know what it could be till he saw me. Didn't know what it could be
Till the heart was
till he saw me.
someone's there for good.
So there I was, caught in my own net, and he extended his hand and said, have you thought of this yet? But as the music played, I caught his ear, and he danced 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 right here. Didn't know what it could be till he saw me. Didn't know what it could be till he saw me. Didn't know what it could be till he saw me. Didn't know what it could be till he saw the saw and he spared me.
He's quite a fellow.
So Rory tells me. Good at bowling, too.
Ah, one of the games.
Okay. Did you come in here with a plan?
Kelly, I have no way of saving your tree, personally, and I'm sorry about that. Eric, though, is a good guy. He's strong, and he's clever as all get. But sometimes destruction happens, and it's hard when people don't realize that they're hurting others. I'll make sure at least this group of people don't make their way to hurting you. That's the best I can promise.
If you let me know where it is, I'll see if there's much I can do.
And she falls asleep, her head on Rory's shoulder.
He picks her up without any effort, his large frame only really needing one arm to cradle her. Well, that's the mystery. Hope it was fun.
Dancing was?
Hope Mara's all right.
And the camera flies out the window, through the streets of Foxglove, and down to the docks. I like the image of Mara sitting perched way up high.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how she got there?
Yep.
On the business end of a crane.
Yep.
Its arm suspended out over the water.
And I think what's going through her head now that she's near the water is that the kind of like numbness and confusion has gone away, and it's just replaced with a lot of anger, but not at Rory. Maybe a bit, but she understands that it's that now, especially with what Aubrey had said to her, that she knew it was more complicated than that, but now she knows it's even more complicated than she can try to comprehend. And if anything, there's a lot of anger towards her mother, thinking all of this through. If there's things that she's done that have caused this level of reaction, what has she been hiding from Mara?
Yeah.
And I think there's a boat that's out in the distance that she sees when she's very angry. And I think she almost does something that she would really regret. Like, or if there's a ship that's coming in
Yeah.
to the docks. And like, I think we've been playing with this theme of this hunger. And I think this is a time where she will not be able to put a cap on that. I don't want her to kill people, but I also think it should come close to that and give her something to think about in this whole perspective weirdness that she's feeling about how could my mom keep this side of her hidden? Well, the same way that she keeps it hidden from herself. Like, that's kind of where I'm going.
Is this the point for a true siren song?
Oh, yeah, I fear it is. Yeah, I fear like, I think she has never used her voice like actively whilst like singing before. And so I'm sure there's just the sounds of the dock are a bit of an underscore for her. And she finds herself singing and not really knowing why. And then I'm hoping that there's a way she can stop herself. Or maybe not.
Sing a song and then we'll roll some dice.
Okay, got it. Scary Mara, scary Mara.
I think this is going to be your charm against 2.
Okay.
This is just a normal person driving a tugboat.
Yeah.
Maybe they just helped a larger ship into their berth. They're heading out to help pilot the next one in.
Okay. Yeah, and like what her intention is. Because the charm...
Yeah, you don't need to add dice to this.
No,
if you
it's
don't
the
want.
most powerful thing. I knew that's why you're picking it. Okay. Yeah, and there are talents, depending on her intention, that would add blue, I think, to any social skill, which I could look, or I could just do my 1 yellow, 3 green.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably the best thing you could have
Yeah, that's a
possibly
failure.
rolled. That is a wash with advantages.
Yeah, that is the best thing I could have rolled.
Whoa.
Because I'm unclear as the. I'll have to make
Yeah.
a decision. Like what? Well,
Well, if it was successful, then you would have charmed this person into
death.
essentially,
Death.
into crashing their ship
Yeah.
into the docks.
Oh, this is the best thing. Like I
Yeah.
failed
Yes.
at
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
still advantages
Yeah.
mean something bad still happened to them. Oh, this is good. This is really good. That's exactly what me as Lauren wanted to happen. Was like,
Yeah.
girl, if you don't rein that in, like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I imagine, and if you have an idea, I can let you roll with it. But I have an idea as well.
Yeah, I want to hear your idea.
I'm imagining Mara sitting, reflecting, brooding, starting to sing, seeing this soul in transit,
Yeah.
feeling her familial roots going back and back and back, and offering this promise, offering this knowledge, this wisdom to this sailor as they go about their business. The tug begins to turn towards Mara, and the crane moves a bit and shakes her out of her reverie, that being the advantage that causes this to fail, and brings her back into reality and into herself.
The ship was nearing the rocks, and as she snaps out of it, so does it, and it hard turns, but maybe catches the rock or something, so that some attention is brought. But I think with her losing her balance, she almost falls off of the crane to the rocks as well, but then is able, to snap out of it and just like scurries, tries to just get
One
down.
of those like long, prolonged scraping noises of the rock against the side of the boat.
Yeah, that contrast from the song that she was singing.
Mara knows exactly what almost happened
Yeah.
and knows this power. And I'm curious how, in the moment of using her voice for its purpose, how that felt.
I think that hunger that's been gnawing away at her, if it's been like at a 15 out of 10 for the past couple months, it's now sitting at a 5. It's gone down, but not to 0. Like it's still there because she didn't fully succeed. But the scariest thing is I think she feels really energized. She just feels good. And also, I think she's trying really hard not to go pay Freddie a visit at this very moment. Maybe she does. I don't know. But I think it's almost like I want to do something more poetic than this, but it's like a Mario power-up when he eats the mushroom. It's that. She's like, if she had like, so her neck was bothering her or whatever, she is revived. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to change, like, I don't think the hunger has gone down. Maybe it's gotten worse. What do we think?
I like the idea of her attaching this feeling of relief from the constant gnawing to using this power.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
But I think the consequence of that is that now it's like you can't have if you get a taste of it, she wants more.
Well, now you know how to fix the problem of the hunger
Right.
very concretely.
Yeah, but how can she snap herself out of it? Aubrey gonna have to invest in some wax?
With Eric recovered and our party divided, Mara feels the power of her voice. Without her friends to restrain her, what will she do next? Find out next time on RPG Major.
Rory was played by special guest Oliver Bay. Follow him on Instagram at Olivarius. Mara Vertere was played by Lauren Drake. Follow her on socials at La Drake. Aubrey Stump was played by Camilla Franklin. Find her on Instagram at Camillastrator. Camilla also does all the art and visual design for RPG Major. All the music for this arc of RPG Major was created live in the room by glorious guitarist Noah Samuels. Follow him on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. and I'm Helix. You can connect with me and the cast of our show on our Discord or on Instagram and Blue Sky at RPG Major. And if you believe that artists should be paid for their work and it's not going to break your budget to throw a couple bucks our way, you can support us on patreon.com/RPGmajor. But of course, as always, the number one you can support us is by telling your friends about us. All right, viewers, we'll see you next time. Hidden the mystery. I think that's all of the side threads that I wanted to explore.
So, mystery being Eric.
Mystery.
Okay, got it. Right.
Yeah, the very normal mystery.
This feels like the consequential one for whatever to whatever end. I don't know if we know that.
The, like,
we don't.
Canon loop. Okay.
We don't know, but
yeah,
because it's the one we're recording for the podcast, it feels like it kind of should be.
Definitely, right.
Hopefully.
We didn't have all these microphones before. That should have been your first
Yeah,
clue.
we actually did do all the other time loops. It was just like around this table without the
It
microphones.
was so many episodes.
There's so many
Worth of
episodes on the
stuff.
cutting room floor.
Patreon content.
There was one that was just like a beach episode.
Yeah, it's like everything everywhere all at once. We're like, we're just rocks with googly eyes.
Oh man, that scene broke me.
Yeah. Fate would break Mara too. Anyway.
Yeah.
Segue?
Speaking of moms,
Speaking of moms,
Just keep dancing.
honestly, dance floor bookends.
Yeah.
Very clever.
That was like, I think, my second ever dice roll this episode. Because
Yay!
everything I do is, well, I succeed because I've already done this before.
Yes, true. Are we at the goal for today?
yeah.
Because a part of me
If we
is
want to
like,
do, I feel like, I also feel a momentum of like, I feel like we should make some bad decisions off of this.
Yeah, you should.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Your bad decisions?
Yeah.
Also gonna use the bathroom real fast.
I would love to continue the train to bad decisions. Uh-oh, the rule book has had to enter play.
You're gonna make moves.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it at least enough by the book.
Cool.
Just need to find. There's a certain thing that I know I need to look
Pulling
up.
out the book of bad decisions. Choosing from a list 1 through 10. Looking at the menu of bad decisions. We know it'll lead to a dark end.
The book of bad decisions. You gotta stay in rhythms. You gotta, see, that's an example of messing up the rhythm, not committing to that bad decision. If it's bad, be bad. Go there, Dad.
Picking from the book of bad decisions.
Bad decision.
On the menu, knuckle sandwich fist. Picking from bad decisions. Taking a life, this girl won't be missed.
Yeah. Make it look like a freak accident. When he hits the rocks, I'll be like, that's not what I meant. But it is what I meant. And I meant to do it. A bad decision gets me through it. Come on, 7th. Yeah. Come on, Major 7th.
Would you like a side of pickles with your bad decision?
Yeah. Oh, in a pickle. Nice. Right.
I actually don't like pickles, so that also was a bad decision.
But if I love pickles, where does that leave us now?
In a double pickle, no way, no how.
It's like you had a cucumber and you pickled it, then you pickled the pickle. That was a bad decision. Pickled your pickle.
Well, you got me beat, and the beat is also pickled. It's pickled on the side of the bad decision I ordered.
There's layers, like a pickled onion.
That I also got as a side.
Yeah.
I want to get into the details of how stuff is pickled.
You get some like water and like maybe some herbs, right?
brine.
If you take a clay jar in your backyard, you could end up with kimchi if it goes too far.
I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle of my own design.
Bad decisions got me here, kids.
I'm trapped in a jar. The brine is rising.
This is all very
and I
literal.
don't know if I can be fine.
Don't do drugs. Don't eat pickles.
I'm trapped in a pickle. I'm trapped in a pickle of my own design.
Of my own brine.
Whoa, I'm caught in a jar.
Got in a jar.
It's rising and I don't know if I'll ever be brine.
I'll never be fine.
Be fine.
If I'll
This
be
time,
fine.
this time, I'm caught in the brine. Will I ever be fine?
Yeah, kids. If you ever want to sing a song that makes your enemy commit some sort of like murder-suicide type thing, think about whether you like pickles or not first.
Look on the menu next to what you want to order and see if there's a little asterisk or a plus sign. And then look at the bottom of the menu to see if there's raw fish involved.
And there might be a QR code that links you to an audio file of this very song.
And then the waiter comes over and goes, what level of spicy would you like? From 1 to 5.
And then
Hard way that GF doesn't mean girlfriend.
Right. And V might be vegan or vegetarian.
And then when you say I want it spicy, they say, are you sure we actually make it really spicy here? And then you don't know. Is this another bad decision? Bad decision of my own design.
My own bride.
Decision.
It's a bad decision.
Bad decision.
And I don't know if things will turn out fine. There's a place for that somewhere.
That's the hero song, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
And the hero is the pickle.
And the hero's the
The
pickle.
hero is the pickle, and the bones are their money, and they pull your hair up but not out.
The bones are their money.
I think I figured it out in the middle, but like I came back to the bathroom and I kind of wanted to ask, what's the deal with this song?
Hey! I was in the bathroom for the beginning of the song, and so
Yeah.
I just came out and was like, let's take it in a pickle direction. I don't know. That's what you were singing about the whole time, right?
Now I have to pee. Viewers,